In BC, Airbnb has been a major topic of discussion for the last 5 years, and they just had a bomb dropped on. The BC government just stated that there will be new regulations put in place to pretty much make it impossible to operate Airbnb in larger cities, resulting in more housing options, potentially. This has raised many questions and concerns, so today we'll delve deep into the effects on housing, travel, and draw a comparison with the short-term rental ban in New York. And a bonus for you, if you stick around until the end, we'll be going over which cities in BC might be affected by the short-term rental ban the most. The ban on Airbnb in BC is expected to have several impacts on the housing market. The largest expected impact is that it will lead to potential decrease in housing prices. With fewer homes being used for short-term rentals, there could be more properties available for long-term residents and buyers. This increased housing supply could lead to a decrease in home prices. One of the largest factors for this decision seems to be to cater to long-term rental residents. And this is why I think that's not going to be as effective. When it comes to rental rates, the idea is that because people can't do short-term rentals, they'll transition into long-term rentals. And the hopes is that that will add more inventory to the rental market and bring down rental prices. However, that's going to depend on various factors, including the level of enforcement on the ban and the overall market conditions. This is a huge one. The ban on Airbnb will definitely affect travel prices. With fewer Airbnb options, tourists may need to consider more traditional accommodations, such as hotels. The increased demand for hotels could potentially lead to higher travel expenses, ultimately bringing down tourism in the small towns that need it most. We've seen cities fight back against Airbnbs in the past, and New York is one of them. It'd be great to get a better understanding by comparing what's happened there with what might happen here. New York has had strict regulations against Airbnb short-term rentals for years now, and that was put in place to address the concerns about housing affordability and availability. However, in response to this ban, many hosts in New York adapted by offering long-term rentals or moving away from the platform entirely. Over 98% of them actually transitioned to a platform that didn't have these restrictions, like Craigslist or Marketplace on Facebook. And due to some of these homeowners being forced into this new regulation without any other option, we might see the same thing here. Unless the government comes with a strict plan to enforce these new regulations, this could all be for nothing. It kind of reminds me of the foreign buyer ban that was put in place at the beginning of 2023 that seemingly had zero effect on the market, seeing as prices have risen 10%, even though interest rates are at the rate that they're at. The new regulations put in place are going to affect those tourist destinations in cities that have larger than 10,000 people in them, like Kelowna, Victoria, Vancouver, and all the lower mainland. The owners in most of these cities have likely budgeted for the amount of income that's coming in through Airbnb and won't be able to continue if they switch over to long-term rentals. Only time will tell to see if these regulations will even have an effect on the market, as we won't really know until at least a few months after May 2024, which is the commencement date. If you have any questions, make sure you comment down below. And if you want to see more videos about the market overall in Fraser Valley, Langley, I make videos like this every single month. So make sure you follow along. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you on the next one.